theme of repetitive thinking.
In the story on page 137, The Duck with a Human Mind, love that story. You talk about how the human mind creates a me and a my story that keeps negative emotions alive and personalizes everything, and it's ultimately led our entire species to a precipice. So tell us the duck story.
Well,
And what lessons it has for all of us as humans.
I was writing The Power of Now and writing about accumulated emotions. And then I was taking a break and went into the park and sat on a bench by a pond. And I saw two ducks approaching on the pond. And suddenly, maybe one duck got too close to the other. Suddenly, they started getting into a fight.
Yeah.
Lasted for about 30 seconds. And then they both separated, swam off in opposite directions. They were still agitated, both of them. And then both ducks kind of lifted themselves up on the water and vigorously flapped their wings a few times. They almost stood up on the water and going, and then suddenly they were totally peaceful again and swam off.
They were doing cleansing breath.
Cleansing.
We did from Russia last week.
And I realized at that moment I had actually been writing about this, and the ducks were showing me how they let go of what otherwise would have become accumulated negativity in the body.
Wow.
And so their instinctive, natural intelligence takes over. And then I realized they all do it.
Yeah.
And all the ducks, after a fight, do that. And immediately that...
It's like clearing their wings.
Clearing, the energy gets dissipated.
Wow.
And they are totally peaceful afterwards. And then, of course, they don't have a human mind which repeats the story of what this duck did to me and what I'm going to do to this duck next time, or I'm never going to get close to her anymore, whatever the story is.
How dare you come over to my side of the pond again.
And then talk to other ducks about what that duck did to you, and all the story making, because the story making that still goes on in the human mind keeps the old emotion alive.
Yes.
So you relive it again. The negativity is relived. The body believes it's still happening.
Yes.
Because the body believes in what your mind is thinking.
Because although the body is intelligent, it cannot tell the difference between an actual situation and a thought.
Yes. So whatever thoughts you're holding, your body believes that is your reality. And the corresponding emotions will arise.
Wow.
And the corresponding physical states of contraction will be there.
Wow.
So this is how... That was the duck's lesson, so I put it into the book.
That's right. I mean, and we see so many people. I know I have friends who've been through divorce, and they live in still, hating their ex-spouse and talking about their ex-spouse and what their ex-spouse did to them, and, years after the spouse is gone. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that keeps it alive as if it were still happening.
As if it were still happening.
And there's an addictive quality.
And that's in your mind.
It's in the mind. And it's addictive. There's an addictive quality to that. You need to see it in yourself to see that if it's still the case for some of the people who are listening to us.
So it's like the monks.